Any kind of weapon don't belong here. I don't wanna break no bones. I just want a microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, 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 good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning.
It's 7 a.m. Good morning, viewers. This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. We're giving God thanks for life. I am Julian Skeet.
And I am Maria Richardson George, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning to Tobago, good morning Trinidad, good morning to the Caribbean, and those of you viewing us on the live, good morning, good morning to you, Julian.
Woo, Ria, beautiful day, beautiful day.
It is indeed.
Came in here with all that energy, so and viewers, I want to assure you, Ria complimented me naturally with that energy. You see how we connect here in the morning just to be able to engage and to energize with you, viewers. Ria, what's happening in the Tobago space?
Well, Julian, first off, you know, Carnival, we're hearing about Carnival in October for Tobago. But apart from that, should Carnival continue on in Trinidad, we're talking about $25 to $30 million to be spent on Carnival in Trinidad. Julian, I didn't say thousand, you know, 100,000, you know, million.
I'm very interested, you know, in the factory, and you know, as I listened in to the press conference and the news and so yesterday, that I would have ensured that we had one or two events to ensure to get a portion of that $25 to $30 million being allocated at a national level. But it would be interesting to see how that money is spent, and I know many have already begun asking questions in terms of a taste of Carnival coming in at $25 to $30 million. From what I understand, they will be mirroring some of the happenings out there that have happened, you know, out in some of the first world countries in relation to the creation of stands and pods and so on, where you and your team or your group, so to speak, that's coming out to engage and to enjoy the activities that are outlined will be able to participate. So it will be really interesting, and I really look forward particularly to seeing the breakdown on spending, you know, of this $25 to $30 million on a taste, not Carnival, a taste of Carnival 2022.
I like how you put it, a taste indeed, and that's what it's going to be, a taste of, or a smearing of Carnival, because it can't be the full thing, can't be the full blast.
Wow.
All right, but according to you, we'll see how it goes.
But the chief has confirmed that we will be, you know, in looking at Carnival for in October of 2022. So of course Tobago will also be looking forward to that occurrence in terms of how that goes for us here in the Tobago space.
All right, and as well, Julian, we see 2 new boards installed. If I stand corrected, it's Tadco and under agri-reforestation.
Yes, the reforestation, and both of them fall under the current secretary with responsibility for food security, Natisha Charles Pantin, and probably that's a good thing that we can head right into our rundown and give you the lineup for this morning. So we start this morning's discussion with Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, Secretary for the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment Employment and Sustainable Development. And who else do we have on the rundown this morning, Rhea?
We are also going to be chatting this morning with, in fact, we go over to Candace. Candace is going to be doing some exciting things in the midst of us this morning, so we're looking forward to that.
Yes, I think she's connecting with chocolates this morning. Tobago Chocolates Delight.
Never a dull moment with Candace. You can believe that. Okay, and a little bit later on. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rhea.
No, sorry. We're connecting. Candace is connecting with chocolate, yes, with Jean-Claude Petit. I think I got it pretty good.
No, you see why I had to pause and leave that name for Rhea.
I stand to be corrected, and I guess Jean-Claude is going to correct us. Jean-Claude Petit.
Owner of Tobago Chocolate. I'll join in with that part, folks. Owner of Tobago Chocolate. And we close this morning's rundown with Darrell Smart, Chairman of the Tobago Agro-Processors, and speaking to growing our agro-processing sector. So we have got a very interesting lineup this morning, looking at areas in terms of the agriculture sector and so development in our Tobago space.
Definitely. And, Julian, I want to take the opportunity this morning here to send a shout out this morning to two persons. My neighbor, Showen Stewart Della Ford, he lives in the street just opposite where I live. And he said to me yesterday afternoon, he said, I watch your show every morning. I take it in your show. So good morning to you this morning, Showen. He's a good neighbor. He's one of those good neighbors. And when you have good neighbors, and Mr. Moore and the Moores living right across from me, good morning to the Moores. And happy day going out to you guys as well. And a special good morning to your Granny Eula. Granny Eula, good morning. This is Granny Eula from Buku. Good morning to you, Granny Eula. And thank you. Good looking out. I know Granny Eula has been looking out for us here.
Very much so. Good morning, Granny. And I know that she's tuned in. She spends a few minutes before she head out into the garden on her morning. So hopefully I catched her this morning after she says her prayers, but before she heads out to the garden and so on.
That's right.
I also want to send shout outs this morning to Akeisha Hazel. Akeisha Hazel joins us on the live. Usually she's one of those quiet persons, and she joined in yesterday morning and shout outs to the Tobago Updates family. So we love that energy and connection. Thank you very much for joining in, Akeisha Hazel. And just before we go to birthdays, I want to put out there and to remind viewers today, Rhea, on a little more of a sad note, we actually have the Thanksgiving service taking place today, the funeral service for the late Gloria Moore Carrington. And, and we really want to send out condolences to the family and all who have had the opportunity to engage with Mrs. Gloria Moore Carrington. Vibrance and energy, and didn't put, as we would say, very plain out of Charlottesville. She never water and she mouth at all. For tell you, as it is, converted for those who are viewing us in the region and internationally. She felt free and comfortable to speak her mind on any matter or issue. All right, Rhea.
Oh, Julian, you do dialect. And not just dialect, but you did very well.
Try a thing.
You did better than trying a thing, boy. Yes, so...
I have to thank the Kent households for that, The Kent household in Roxborough, yeah. When you spend enough time there with the family and so on, you get to learn the dialect a little better.
But there's some villages, Julian, that you really need to translate. Charlottesville particularly. Charlottesville has a dialect of its own, I've always said, and you always need someone to translate what Charlottevillians say.
I can imagine Ryan Moore looking in this morning, Karen Eastman, and smiling and saying, yes, we think.
Definitely. All right.
So we on to some birthday celebrations this morning. Rhea, we have, who do we have in the lineup this morning for birthday celebrations?
I'd love to know myself.
So we start this morning's birthday shout-out. We want to shout out Delicia Williams. Some know her as Chevelle Williams. Some know her as DDA, Delicia's Dance Agency. Good morning and a happy birthday to you, coming from the Tobago Updates family. As she celebrates her birthday, we want to send birthday shout-outs to Chevelle Williams this morning. And we also have we have an anniversary.
Chevelle Williams.
Yes, that's DDA, Delicia's Dance Agency.
But if it's her birthday, then it's also her brother's birthday because they're
twins.
twins.
It's a twin, yes.
So Chevelle and Siobhan.
Yes.
All right, Boy and Chevy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday going out to
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Auntie Ria, for putting it all out there. Boy, and Shirley,
they're
birthday
my
blessings.
babies. They are my babies. So you say Shirley, I say yeah, Shirley and Boy. So happy birthday. Birthday greetings going out this morning very quickly to Akel Franklin. And Akel has become a friend of Tobago Updates.
Yes.
Akel, good morning. Happy birthday going out to you. We have our birthday today. We'll sing not today. We don't have time for it, but definitely. And 10th anniversary wedding greetings going out to Kevin and Camille Phillips. Good morning. Happy anniversary. 10 years is a lot. Hold on to your 10 years. There are a lot of persons who aren't even making it past 3 months. Hold on to your 10 years.
Or even 10 days, Ria.
That's right. Yeah.
So we certainly
Sad
want
to
to wish anniversary greetings, happy anniversary to Kevin and Camille Phillips. We know that you're going to have an enjoyable day. And thank you for taking that moment to also tune in to Tobago Updates morning show. Ria, what's happening on the live? Ria, I haven't even reached on the live as yet.
I have a quick birthday here going out to Kervin Williams. Kervin Williams, happy birthday going out to you. And he turns 71 today. Happy birthday and good morning to Gory and... Good morning to Gory and... Okay, we're going to leave it there. Julia, we've got to leave it there. All right, so viewers, you know, we've got lots more coming up after the program.
As we get excited
after we come back
to chat with Assemblyman in a t-shirt, Charles Panton. Really see that beautiful picture on set?
There she is.
All right. The t-shirt Charles Panton coming up in our next segment. Viewers, we want to remind you, thank all of you for joining us on Dial TV, M&E TV, those of you joining us online at TobagoUpdates.com, those of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, Tobago Updates, and of course, those of you who are joining us via Facebook. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards.
Welcome to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms
as remains. When
the public is made,
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides, marine industry. Tobago fishermen.
When will the Roxborough Hospital be fully functional?
Of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
at the
treasures
like the golden waterfall
to rise in Tobago.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your...
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
I want to meet with you to share my personal testimony and other local testimonies. Call me now, Juliet Roberts at 341-0715. The number again is 341-0715. God bless you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, Good morning,
Morning. It's 7:13 a.m. and this is the Tobago Updates morning show. We're coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Morning. We see joining us on the live Denisha Jones, Suzette James Stewart, Giselle Donaldson Yates, my very good friend. Thank you so much for joining in, and all of you on the live with us this morning. Latoya Anderson, I'm looking out for you. Lisel James on the live with us this morning. As we head into this segment, we are speaking with Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, and I have to dive into my rundown to get it accurate and correct. Secretary with responsibility for the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment, and Sustainable Development. Good morning.
Good morning, Julian. Good morning, Tobago.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fair to find.
So you are one of those secretaries with a very large portfolio and areas of responsibility.
Large indeed.
Again, just before we delve into speaking about the plans for the sector within this first quarter in terms of some of the projections put forward by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, we want to look at, just give us a sense of the various areas: food security, natural resources, the environment, sustainable development. Based on your ability, having gone out now, seen different aspects and areas of the division, just give our viewers a sense. Where in Tobago are these different parts and areas located? Is everything at the main office in Milshire?
No, okay. So the division, as you said, it's huge. Food security, you would have the Department of Agriculture, which is broad in a sense because you have, it goes straight down to Charlottesville, into Buku. Right, so you'll have different stations under food security. You have the fisheries department. You have, well, all the fishing facilities would fall under there. You have the Goldsboro processing, Louis Dawsary processing plant. Then you have the company like Tadco falls under food security, food crop production, which the head office is located in Milshire, right? So you have different aspects, tractor pool, some of those controversial areas, Hope Farm, Bleming, all these stations, Runnymede Station, all these stations fall in under food security. Of course, natural resources and the environment, you have the Department of Environment, the Department of Forestry, and I suspect that energy may fall within that. And you have sustainable development, which is a new sort of department that we have to create under the division. So at present, we're restructuring and doing some realignment.
And where's the environment section based in terms of that area of responsibility?
Under natural
resources as well.
Yes, and the environment.
All right, yes. Excellent. I notably, I didn't hear you make reference to marketing, which was traditionally an area under the division. Is marketing still within the fold of the division?
Yes, under food security, yes. But aspects of marketing will fall under Tadco, like the retailing aspect, yes.
All right, excellent. So as you mentioned Tadco, we're going straight into it. We would have seen yesterday the official announcement having made that decision, the Executive Council having made that decision earlier in January regarding the appointment of 2 boards. Let's start with the Tadco board, Tobago Agriculture Development Company Limited. Tell us in terms of the rollout of that board and, you know, the mandate that board has been charged with.
Okay, well, the purpose of Tadco is really to support our farmers and those involved in agro-processing, you know, to provide support, right, in their business pursuits. And the mandate, well, that would be the mandate, really. And Tadco would have to develop a policy and revise all policies that, you know, they would have been using in the past. Now, the board, I try to take a strategic approach when assembling the members of the board. So if you look at the old structure, it was a super company, right? You have a CEO, the CEO would be reporting to a board, and then the CEO would be overlooking all aspects of Tadco. So what we did, we decentralized different aspects. So you have the processing, you have food production, you have livestock production, you have the capital of paradise, which is the fishing vessel, and the operational aspect. So we try to decentralize it, and then we assessed people's qualifications and the experiences, and based on that we put them over these different areas so that, you know, we can capitalize on the expertise rather than just putting people on the board for political reasons, right? So that was the reason why you see different people holding specific portfolios on the board.
Tell us about that blend between what I like to term very nicely, and I'm charging the Teach Secretary that I want to see this transcend through all boards, or as many as possible. That blending of seniority and experience with youthfulness between your chair and your deputy chair appointed for the board.
Correct, and it's succession planning, right? You must have the older heads, they know the system, they know business, and that's it. The technical side, we have mastered that. But in terms of the business side, we have not mastered that. And if you look at the economy, right now, that is what we need to master. So you have a combination of the experience, persons on the board. They will sort of usher in the younger ones. And of course, you know, in any successful plan that you have, you must have that combination of youth and experience.
And I dare say, I like the fact that we are seeing, because I know some of the individuals, in terms of the younger ones on the lineup, Ricardo Alfred as deputy, Chantel Melville and so on. Not just young, qualifying them, but young and capable and qualified to be able to be part of the process. And as we move forward, give us a sense, we also saw instruments being handed out for the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program. Tadco may be one of the more popular boards, but tell us about the Tobago Reforestation and Watershed Rehabilitation Program.
Well, that is a new company. It was formed somewhere around 2017, and the company only began its operations recently. So we inherited that new company, and the focus is to, you know, repair, what I'll say, rehabilitate the nuded areas, forested areas, and watershed areas. But I personally, you know, spoke to the board so that they could increase their mandate to not just focus on rehabilitating forested areas, but we have a lot of resources that we have not looked into. For example, waterfalls. We have a lot of lovely waterfalls in Tobago, but they're not being maintained. You don't have any change rooms, so they're just in a, you know, abandoned state. So I'd like them to embrace different areas of forestry, as well as look at the sustainable development aspect of the division. For too long, we just have programs, open-ended projects, and we're not looking at how sustainable they are. So their mandate, and that's my personal preference, is to encourage the workers to sort of form, if you want to call it associations, cooperatives, eventually, so they can manage aspects of the natural resources in the island of Tobago.
All right, and that board is being led by, just remind us again, chair and your deputy chair.
Barry Lovelace, he's the chairman, and the deputy chair, Tamika Seals Manzano.
All right, and for Tadco, being led by?
The chairman is Kenneth Jones, and the deputy chair, Ricardo Alfred.
All right, excellent. And you say it with a degree of comfort. We are similarly seeing, tell us about the combination and skill set in terms of this reforestation board. What was kind of the focus in selecting and identifying some of the members to pull together, you know, what you would determine as a very good collective to drive and move things forward? Succession
planning again. So what you have there, you have Mr. William Trim. He has led the board in the past, so he has a wealth of knowledge, and of course he retired as the senior ACF in Tobago, Assistant Conservator of Forest. So he has a wealth of experience, and he could share, because you notice he's not the chair of the board. Barry Lovelace is the chair of the board, and his background is in NGO, non-governmental organizations, and he would be able to attract funding, international funding, for different aspects of that company. So that is why I chose Barry, to bring in that sort of experience on the board. So, you know, so it's sort of a succession planning sort of thing. But
so it seems like naturally, as we look to wrap this this part of the interview, and then you continue with Ria in the second segment, it looks like there's been a lot of extensive discussions and determination and assessing of capacities and skill sets in the selections of boards this time around, can we say?
Yes, correct, definitely.
All right, excellent. And you know, I must take the opportunity to also highlight my area representative for the area, you know, in terms of your responsibility. How has that experience been? Well, I'll probably permit you to chat with Ria a little bit more on that in terms of within the electoral district, giving some more insights into initiatives and activities in that area. Viewers, at this point, as we close this segment of the interview, I must check in with our viewers there Natalie Prince is asking that we give a shout out to her classmate. This morning we highlighting Signal Hill Secondary School graduate, class of 98. Mrs. Natisha Charles Pantin here with us this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show. And again, one of our viewers, appropriate to close this segment and to thank you. Full confidence in the competent Mrs. Pantin coming from the Kaisha Legaton. Viewers, we want to thank you for continuing to tune into the Tobago Updates morning show. We're going to be right back, but we want to remind you to share the live, share the live, share the live.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your...
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning again, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. We continue the discussion this morning with Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, Secretary for the Division of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development. She's also the area representative of the electoral district of Bagatelle-Bacolet. Yes, good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Ria.
It's good to have you back with us. Now, give us an idea. I know you chatted with Julian on some of what's been happening within the division, but give us an idea of what are some of the plans for the electoral district.
Okay, well, first let me say good morning, Mason Hall. Good morning, Coco Wati Trace, from where I was born and raised. Good morning, Friendsfield. Good morning, Bagatelle, Uptown, and Bacolet.
I hope you didn't leave out anywhere because...
Yes, French Fort.
Good.
All the areas within Bagatelle, Bacolet. Good morning to you.
All right.
All right. So the journey, to be honest, I am enjoying it. Being on the ground. You
look like you've been enjoying it.
Yes, being on the ground, being on the block, I'm enjoying every moment of it. And of course, service, this is all about service. And I've been trying to collect information, profiling each house within the electoral district to understand families, to understand you know, how many children are in the home, what areas they are qualified in, their interest in terms of being part of the community. So that is, well, it has been ongoing. It started before the election, and it's continuing. And of course, highlighting and ensuring that I submit all the requests by the constituents that falls within our budget. I would like to say budget because we don't have a lot of money this quarter. So priority areas such as street lights, Right, I did an entire video of the different areas within the district, taking the GIS numbers and writing to Tech, trying to follow up, and the process involves the division of settlements, public utilities and settlements. So trying to follow up on the process to ensure that areas get street lamps. We have a lot of light, the poles, but we don't have a lot of lamps. And in areas such as Celestial View, there are no lamps at all. So I'm hoping that we can give, you know, the residents some light. Can bring some light very soon in this first quarter, right? You heard Mr. James would have mentioned geotagging the potholes. You report a pothole, the smart app.
That's right.
Right, and that has been identified as priority. Also, the mirrors, those traffic mirrors, installing mirrors within the different electoral districts. So all of these initiatives will be applicable to my electoral district. So it's just to continue gathering the data, ensuring we understand what the people need, trying to prioritize and address it, you know, using a strategic approach based on the resources of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Okay, now while the interview was being conducted with Julian a little while ago, there were some questions coming in from some of our viewers on the live.
Sure.
And two of those questions: how does Tadco support agro-processors?
Okay. Well, the farmers, they take up the raw material from farmers and, you know, they channel it into agro-processing. And, of course, they assist agro-processors with marketing. But we have to still focus, develop some of the areas such as quality assurance and, you know, different aspects that would enable locals to be, you know, to export. So, you know, you have to be HACCP compliant and, you know, JPs and, you know, adhere to all these standards before we engage in a lot more work, you know, outside of Tobago. So that is how, yes.
So in other words, we're talking moving from the stage of just growing and selling, you know, where put it in front of the house and you put it on a tray and you sell. Moving from beyond that to the supermarket shelf and taking it outside of Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct. And being able to produce the volumes needed to fit into supermarkets outside of Tobago as well. Right?
All right. And that's the second question is, where can agro-processors go to obtain information regarding the rule towards agro-processing? Or processors? I think that's, processors. That's the question.
Okay. Well, at my division, and of course you have the Agro-Processors Association, which Darylyn Smart is a part of. And she's a very valuable resource. And she has been part of the Tadco board in the past. So yes, I would suggest that to, you know, the person asking the question.
Reach out to her. Well, interesting enough, she's going to be on the program a little bit later on this morning. So happy to hear that. Madam Secretary, the new Tadco board has been installed, yes, and I see that this was one of the low-hanging fruits that the Chief Secretary spoke about earlier in January.
Correct.
So we done, accomplished. What is next for the division?
Well, agriculture is a big place. Forestry, environment, it's a huge portfolio. And first we have to understand the general problems that we're facing in Tobago. And then, as I said, we have to, you know, adopt a strategic approach in terms of gathering the information. So I'm at the point where I'm visiting the different stations and I'm liaising with, you know, those stakeholders in Tobago and in Trinidad. And my intention is to bring all the department heads into a retreat where we will sit down and discuss all the challenges that we have all, and I say we because I was part of the division before, that we have been experiencing within the division, and see how best we can formulate policies, because I'm big on policy. If we don't have a policy, we don't know where we're going, right? And how our policies could fit into the general framework of the Tobago House of Assembly. Because we can't operate in silos. You have community development, and we have a big part to play in community development. We have a big part to play in the division of health, for example, because we have to focus on food and nutrition as well. So we have to focus on education. So we can't operate in silos. So we have to look at the different you know, divisions, how our policies would match those within the other division, and then within the general framework of the Tobago House of Assembly. So we are at the point of restructuring and realigning, and we want to take a collaborative approach in going forward, right, within the division.
1 month down within the first quarter, the Chief Secretary did mention just after the retreat that by the end of the first quarter, Tobago would be on its way to becoming the #1 producer of alternative flour in the Caribbean. Where are you? Where is the division on that poll? How far have you reached?
After the Chief Secretary made that announcement, I discovered some exciting, you know, talent within our Tobago space. So I had a lot of agro-processors bringing forward the banana flour, the cassava flour, the coconut flour, Tanya, things that I have never thought of before. And they're just coming to me and saying, Mrs. Pantin, the Chief Secretary said, we're making flour, I'm making flour already. And the packages are beautiful, right? But we have to work on both ends in terms of the farmers and the agro-processing. And of course, research. So we have to understand the volumes required from each institution within Tobago. So like the school feeding, the hospitals, the supermarkets, not only Tobago but in Trinidad. So we're focusing on research, developing a research unit within the division, and of course Tadco has that mandate as well, so that we can understand the volumes required. In terms of support for the agro-processors, quality assurance, as I mentioned earlier, we have a role to play in supporting them, to bringing them up to standard so that we fit into the international market, to the national and the international market. And then, of course, the farmers. So let's look at, you know, we have a lot of farmlands. A lot of lands were distributed just before election.
Right. And how many of them are being used? How many of these lands are really being
utilized
for farming?
And that's the thing. You have to look at the factors involving production. And if you give out land and you don't have water, then you're already failing at agriculture. So if you give out the land, we still have to put in the infrastructure for water. So that is a part of the challenge. And then you have a lot of, you have successful farmers, but successful on a very small scale. So we don't have the volumes that we need in terms of, you know, on the farmers end, right? So we have to develop and encourage farmers, especially those that have abandoned the properties, to get back into farming, and of course, you know, boost that aspect of the, you know, the supply, and you know, you have to connect supply and demand and all of that. So that is Tadco's mandate, and of course the policies would speak to that, and they will roll out their plan in the coming months. But yes, that is their mandate, to ensure that we have flour, composite flour, in Tobago, right, produced by Tobago.
Now, some of the persons that we saw quite recently, even on our program and you know, around, who were talking about alternatives to flour.
Yes.
It seems as though they were still adding flour itself to whatever they were doing.
Correct.
When we talk alternative to flour, we mean with no flour.
Correct.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Okay. With no flour.
That was my understanding. Yes.
So how is it supposed to work? If it is that we're looking to move away from the flour because of the increase in price.
No, but it is possible. It is possible. And I've seen, I have local agro-processors bringing combined flour. So they combine the coconut with the banana and the tanya. So it is possible, right? But Darylyn Smart would speak on that further, because she is the expert on that.
Okay. All right. So even as we wrap up here, I want to ask you here about how serious the division really is about agriculture. Because over the years, we've heard talks. And I'm not saying from the PDP, I'm just saying here we've heard talks within the agricultural sector. We've heard talks about division being serious, but according to, well, not even according to, rightly said, if all of the stakeholders are not in place, you can have land to plant, but no water. If we don't have all of the elements in place, according to the old people, you're just spinning top in mud.
Yes.
So how serious is the division about agriculture, taking agriculture in Tobago to the next level?
Well, based on the Chief Secretary's mandate, the Chief Secretary has prioritized agriculture. I believe we are second to head the Division of Health for obvious reasons, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And our officers, they are experts in their field. We have marketing experts. We have the technical officer, and he has defended Tobago at the GSC, and we know how brilliant he is. And if you look at how much resources would have been pumped into agriculture in the past, it wasn't much. So they couldn't do much. They worked with what they had. But now that agriculture has been pushed up the scale in terms of priority, then I believe that the Tobago House of Assembly would hold, true to what they are saying. Right?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on the program and for chatting with us this morning, Mrs. Nathisha, Nathisha Charles Panton, for being on the program with us. Always a pleasure to have you on, and of course we're going to stay connected to hear more about what's happening within the food and agriculture sector.
Thank you very much, Ria.
All right, so viewers, we've got lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show. At this time, we are going to head over to Candace. Yeah, I believe we're heading over to Candace at this time. So lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show, viewers. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. To
Welcome to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms
And remains. When the public is nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides, marine
and
Tobago fishermen.
When will the Roxborough Hospital be fully functional?
Of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still find
at the
treasures like the golden waterfall
to rise in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, good morning,
Good morning, Tobago. I am Candace Jackson, and if you see this wonderful big smile on my face, it's because I am in heaven. And what heaven are you talking about? Chocolate heaven. In fact, I am here with Mr. Jean-Claude Petit at Tobago Chocolate's Delight, where we are going to experience the wonderful world of chocolates. Good morning, Mr. Jean-Claude.
Good morning, glad to have you here finally.
Yes. Right, so tell me a little bit, first of all, about your shop. We are here in your shop in Lambo, your special chocolate shop. And viewers, like I said, the smell is divine. And you see a lot of chocolates here laid out and so on. So give us an idea.
Morning to everyone. Tobago Chocolate Delights is Tobago's only artisan chocolate shop. It's what is called a bean to bar shop. We get the beans, the beans come into us that have been sun-dried. These are some beans that were supplied to me by Eric Johnson at Tobago Cocoa Farmer. So these have been sun-dried. After they're sun-dried, we roast the beans so that removes sort of some of the acids. Then we go through a process called winnowing, where we separate the shells from the nibs. And in the past, they would take the nibs, put it in a mortar and pestle, and create cocoa ball. So the cocoa ball is 100% actually dark chocolate, but it has spices and it is too grainy, so we don't eat it. We grate it to make chocolate milk. But to make chocolate, I take the same cocoa nibs and I put it in a grinder, and you will see the grinding process just now. And that grinder operates for 20 hours. And during that period of time is when we make our different grades of chocolate. So for example, this is a 65% dark chocolate. 65% dark chocolate means 65% sugar, 65% nibs, 35% sugar.
And 100% goodness.
Goodness. And this is 100% Trinidad and Tobago world famous Trinitario cocoa, which we know is the best in the world. So the machine over there that you can pan to is grinding the nibs, and that is preparing it to make chocolate.
Okay.
And then if you want to walk with me, and you can see the machine grinding the nibs.
Okay, I guess we're sure we can go and see the machine and see how the chocolate is made. All right, so here we have the grinder for the...
So this is grinding the nibs, and this is going to be a 65% dark chocolate, which is 80% cocoa nibs, 20% sugar. So it's not operating, but that's what it looks like. Into the chocolate. So sugar has crystals that heat and melt at a different temperature. So to produce the chocolate, we go through one more phase, which is called tempering. So this is the chocolate that has been tempered. Once it tempers, it stabilizes the cocoa butter crystals that are in the chocolate. And then this, we have added a pina colada flavoring to this chocolate. So this is the chocolate that has been tempered, and I'm going to now take the tempered chocolate and pour it into the mold to make the chocolate live.
So we're going to see this. I'll just hold your mics.
Right. So this is the tempered chocolate that is in here. I'm just going to snip the bottom of it. So this is what we do every day. But every day we do this like this.
Folks, would you like a job like this, to be working in such wonderful smelling things?
I'm going to let you just snip the bottom.
All right. Oops.
Right, so here we go. We're molding the chocolate.
And folks, I wish you all could smell this right now. I mean, we haven't invented that smell-o-vision technology yet, but if you could just imagine.
Here's something. Put your hand. Taste that.
Divine. Just perfectly divine. What a way to start our Tuesday morning.
Right. So this is the chocolate being molded. And we actually, everything is handmade individually, which is why it's called an artisan chocolate shop. The only difference between what Cadbury's do and what we do, number one, we use 100% Trinitario cocoa, and it's done by hand, but it's the same process. Once I have molded it, I'm just going to knock it like this to remove the air bubbles. So this is what it looks like in the tray. I'm removing the air bubbles, and in 15 minutes you have pina colada flavored chocolate.
All right, so this is just one
of the many.
One of the many. So I think we're just gonna go out to the counter for a little bit.
Right.
And I want Mr. Jean-Claude to tell our viewers about his wonderful array of different flavors of chocolate.
Okay, we have over 30 varieties of what are called truffles. The truffles are flavored, and some of them we have with fillings in it. For example, down here, we have caramel with sea salt, we have guava jelly, passion fruit, mango jelly, and Tobago rum cream, which has rum in it. The reason I use the local fruits, because that's what the whole chocolate shop is all about. We also have 70% dark chocolate, 80% dark chocolate, 90% dark chocolate, milk, and white chocolate. And here are the truffles. One of our specialties is Cbd Hemp Oil.
Yes, I know. People would be very excited about this.
It looks like a marijuana leaf and it's very enticing, but it actually is organic hemp, which only has 3 to 4% THC, which is actually very, very good for you. So it helps you there. And then over on this side here, we have the ones with nuts. Dark chocolate with almonds, milk chocolate with almonds, white chocolate with fruit, and things. So we have a complete variety of chocolate.
And this is by no means all that you do.
No, that's all. We also do cocoa balls, cocoa powder, and different products here that we do. And we also support the local entrepreneurs in Tobago. So for example, this is LCJ.
Tobago teas, yeah, tea.
Tobago teas. This is LCJ, and this is a lady from Charlottesville
yes.
that does soaps. This is another lady that does body wash. So all of these are support local entrepreneurs on the island. So it's a complete shop that you have here.
Right. So, and of course, Mr. Jean-Claude is always experimenting. He's always coming up with new flavors.
Right.
One of the things that he also does is chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Yeah, we do chocolate-covered coffee beans, and right now we're also doing chocolate-covered rice crispy cakes, not rice cakes. We take Rice Krispies, we add marshmallows to it, and we cover it with chocolate. So that's something that's new for the children. We also have something called a chocolate experience, where you come and spend 2 hours with us and make your own chocolate. So that's the next thing you're going to be viewing when you come in.
Of course.
And make chocolate. We show you how to temper the chocolate and how to make chocolate. Yeah.
And so folks, so like if you're looking at something special for Valentine's Day, other than the usual commercially bought chocolates,
right,
why not give this a try?
These are an example of our boxes that we have. And one of the unique things about it is you pick the box and you pick the chocolate. So you don't go into a shop and find out, I don't like this and I don't like this. You pick the box, you pick the chocolates.
So Mr. Jean-Claude, can you tell us a little bit about how did you get started in this chocolate artisan industry?
20 years ago, I visited a shop in Florida. And when I saw it, I said, one of these days I'm going to do that. And that's it. And then I came to Florida, I came to Tobago, and I met a gentleman named Clement Bob. And he introduced me to Tobago Trinitario cocoa because I didn't even know about Trinitario cocoa. As a matter of fact, when I was ready to start about 7 years ago, he gave me all these free of charge. So a lot of thanks to Clement Bob. And I did research, I went online, did courses online, did YouTube, talked to people, came up with crazy ideas, and here it is, we are 7 years and going on strong.
How have you been able to use Trinitario cocoa to make these delicious chocolates? Because I know sometimes it's a little bit tricky to work with. It's a little bit of a different flavor than other cocoa that's found around the world.
When we first started, as like most locals says, no, I don't like Trinitario cocoa, it's bitter. So it took a while to show them that 90% dark chocolate is not bitter. So now I have people coming in and tell me I can't eat the chocolate that they have in the shop anymore. And they're quite happy to support Trinitario cocoa because again, it's world famous and it's the best cocoa in the world.
And dark chocolate is very good for you.
It's good for you. It's good for your cholesterol. It's good for your blood flow. It increases your endorphins, which makes you feel happy. And yeah, it's the healthiest life. We also sell the nibs. We also sell the packaged nibs. Again, which is very good. You put it in salads, you put it on smoothies. We actually put them in pancakes, and people are now very health conscious. They know of the Trinitario cocoa, and that's why they're coming for us for it. Yeah.
So how has it been in getting business with your clients and so on? What has it been like, especially over the past 2 years for you?
Over the past 2 years has been interesting because the shop was closed. But people will call me and say, JC, because I'm known as JC, I'm stressed, I need chocolate. So we continued during that process, just opening the shop for people to go, and they can call us and you can order chocolate. So the people who have been my customers for 7 years, they have kept coming. So we had a bit of a slowdown, but I never closed during the COVID period.
And of course, how can you stay depressed when you're in such a place like this? I mean, yeah. I just walked in here and I'm like, I am in heaven.
Yeah.
And viewers, this is certainly something for you to experience yourself. And Mr. Jean-Claude, can you tell our viewers how they can find you?
Okay, we are in Shortings Cafe on Milford Road in Lambeau. You can also find us online on Tobago Chocolates on our Facebook page, or you could call our number 738-6922 24/7. We also always answer the phone and tell you, and if not, leave a message and we'll get back to you.
All right, and of course, I know our studio has a special request. They told me, Candace, make sure you come back with chocolates. So
yeah, we'll
fix something up for you guys in studio, right?
In studio, yes.
But anyways, that's it from me. I am just going to continue enjoying this little bit of heaven right now. My senses are just popping.
There you go.
Right?
Candace.
So, I'm going to have a little chocolate, and it's
Hey,
back
Candace.
to you. Yes, Ria.
Candace, good morning to Mr. Jean-Claude Petit, and I'm really happy that I was able to pronounce his name correctly. But Candace, we are more interested in knowing if you are going to taste the hemp chocolate.
Oh, they want me to taste the hemp chocolate. Okay, so I'll put this on pause.
Oh, taste the hemp. Oh, definitely.
Yes. So, folks, I think
she gonna
it's
taste
right
it?
over here. Oh, I just need a napkin. Okay, just 1 second. I am going to taste it. So we're just getting. I just need to put this right here for now, and So, folks, this is what it looks like. A very, very popular shape. And here we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't think there's anything that Mr. Jean-Claude can make that I wouldn't like, because everything in here is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And it's all handmade. Even the hemp oil we do is organic hemp oil that we use here.
Good stuff.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Candace, we'll be paying attention to your behavior later on today. We'll see if there are any changes. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Candace. I tell you, never a dull moment when Candace is around. Well, viewers, we're going to head over to Devon Adana with This Day in Tobago History.
This Day in Tobago History. Did you know that on February 1st, 2018, Aquila and Karen became Tobago Carnival royalty? According to the Facebook page of the now Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, 4 years ago today, Aquila Lawrence, representing what was then the Division of Community Development, Enterprise and Labor, walked away with the crown at the Interdepartment Calypso and Personality Show. Being crowned next to her on that night was Karen Macmillan, representing the Trinidad and Tobago's Police Service, who won the Calypso competition. Miss Lawrence took home the prize of $8,000 and also edged out 8 other contestants for the category of Best Carnival Wear. The Calypso Monarch, the Tobago Calypso Monarch, Mr. Macmillan, took home the prize of $7,000 with his original composition, Dickin Cider. The event took place at the Shore Park Cultural Complex and saw Miss Shawnee Thompson of the TNT Police Service and Miss Shadia Henry of the TNT Fire Service placing 2nd and 3rd respectively. Shadia also won the prize in the category of Best Talent. In the Calypso competition, it was Miss Amanda Grieg of the TNT Airport Authority cupping 2nd place, with Mr. Yarrell Phillips of the TNT Fire Service placing 3rd. The then Chief Secretary, Kelvin Charles, and then Secretary of Tourism, Culture and Transportation, Councillor Nadine Stewart Phillips, were on hand to present prizes to the winners alongside the then Executive Chairman of the Festivals Commission, Mr. George Leacock. You've been watching This Day in Tobago History. My name is Devon Adana. Back to you in studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much there, Devon Adana. I'm always happy to hear what happened in our history this day. So thank you again and have a great day. Viewers, before we get into our next interview, we've got... Before we get into our next interview, we've got a birthday greeting to send out, going out to Zion Phillips, who turned 5 years old today. So happy birthday going out to you this morning, Zion. I understand Zion gets up every morning to watch the show, and he is the son of Darian Phillips. So have a happy day, Zion. Have a happy day, Zion, and we'll see you very soon. So viewers, we continue our discussion this morning with our guest on set. We're chatting this morning with Mrs. Darylyn Smart, and Darylyn's the chairman of the Tobago Agro-Processors. And this morning, viewers, we continue the discussion on growing our agro-processing sector. Darylyn, good morning and welcome to you.
Hi, morning, Ria.
It's good to have you on the program.
Nice to be here.
Really happy. Now, Darylyn, during the interview with Nathisha Charles Panton, the Assemblyman Nathisha Charles Panton, you know, some of the viewers online, they were sending in some questions, and one of them was, where can agro-processors go to obtain more information? How can they get on board?
Well, they can contact the association, and we will be able to provide all of these steps necessary to get their product from innovation to market. right? So they can contact me on my number 310-0612, and I'll be able to help them along the process. In addition, we also have a WhatsApp chat with other agro-processors where you can ask your questions if you're having some problems, and as a community, we help each other out.
How many persons are we talking about, as a part of this?
Well, the association started since 2012. And we started with about 40 members, and now we have about 25 active members. When I mean active, still producing, still selling. So we're trying to grow that number right now, and we're looking for people who are interested in growth, interested in seeing their products in the Tobago space, in the Trinidad space, and outside. And we're looking for persons like that to join us at this point in time.
Now, one of the things that persons do not know about you, Darren, is that you and your husband left Trinidad. Your husband is born, bred Tobagonian. Good morning to Jerome Smart. Left Trinidad, came back to Tobago, where he's from, so came back home.
Yes.
And you decided to get involved in agro-processing.
Yes.
How crazy an idea was that when you started?
Crazy. It was very, very crazy. It was nothing that I expected. I think coming here, we felt that, I told my husband once, I said, if we put ink in a bottle, I feel it will sell. That is how it was. But agro-processing is a very interesting industry. It is very capital intensive as well. So we quickly learned that, and we had our challenges growing the business here in the Tobago space, because there are a lot of services that are not available to us, and you have to go to Trinidad for everything. But we learned how to navigate that, and we have been growing the business since then.
Does the association also lobby or help lobby for persons who were in similar situations as you guys were?
Yes, we do, and our voices were a bit more loud earlier on, like 2012 to 2016, and we have gotten assistance from both the Tobago House of Assembly and also central government as well. There's still some things, policy decisions and certain infrastructural things that we need adjusted for us to thrive here. But we have gotten some help, and we need more in order to grow the sector.
The term alternative flour or alternative to flour, what does that really mean?
It means something, a product that someone can use that is healthier, and also you wouldn't have any allergic reactions to. I'm not sure if you're aware, but more and more people are becoming wheat sensitive, and they're looking for ways to switch off flour. Like I right now trying not to eat flour, and not eating flour is a huge mammoth task, because everything around you is made with flour.
Bread, cake, pastries, dumpling,
everything. Everything. So having the opportunity to have things made from alternative flour is a great idea, and a thrust in the right direction.
Now the thing is, when we hear about alternative flour, we hear of the cassava flour, we hear of the corn flour, but in a lot of instances we still see flour being added to sort of add body to whatever the alternative is. How can we, is it possible to just have corn flour with no wheat in it?
It is, but it's acquired taste, and our palates have been tailored over the years to have a particular taste. So what I suggest is that the cassava flour alone, if you're not aware of how to use it, you will quickly become disappointed by it. As the moment you put water on it, it starts to clump, you don't know what to do with it. So I would say blend it with probably crack wheat, because NFM has a crack wheat now that is a bit more on the healthier side. So the issue is that the the wheat has gluten, and it's the gluten that causes your things to rise and be nice and soft. So if we have what I would call composite flours that has a little bit of the wheat, but we have some cassava, some sweet potato, we can create blends so that the homeowner don't get disappointed when they use the alternative flours.
All right. And for those persons out there who are involved in agro-processing or looking, probably thinking of starting that business or taking it to the next level, you have some products on display this morning. Not your products. No, but products belonging to a Tobago sister.
Yes.
All right, so tell us about the product.
Well, I have here, and I'm very happy to display, we have Nola Gourmet Granola, and it's made right here in Tobago, and this particular flavor is choco nut. I believe she also has one that's mixed with ginger as well. And this is made right here, and it's a very, very good complement to your breakfast in the morning as a snack, a night snack. And so I really brought this because Nola has been, Nola has been doing this for a while, and she's in the supermarket, and you can find it on the shelf. But I'm really, really happy and proud about her persistence and how she upgraded the product over time. And I'm very, very happy to bring this here to display to Tobago that they should support her.
All right, and I'm seeing here that she is a daughter, not only a daughter of the soil, but a daughter of East Tobago. She hails from Speyside, and I know her very well. This is just one of the products. Her products. Yes. There's nothing that she's created that I have not enjoyed, and I think there'll probably be more on the more that she's come up with.
Yes.
All right. Just to let you know, some of the ingredients are oats, sugar bran, currants, oil, peanuts, sesame seed, cocoa, and spices.
Yes.
All right. So congratulations to Nola. Not even up and coming. She's
there.
She's there.
Yeah, she's
I
there.
love it. Yes.
She's there.
She's definitely there. Now we asked earlier, how can persons contact you? And we spoke about how persons can move. You said from innovation.
Yes.
To on the supermarket shelves.
Yeah. Because I said innovation because at this point in time, innovation and food innovation is what's needed in this space. We have so many similar products. We're competing for a lot of things. And people don't realize that even though we're a Twin Island state, in the supermarket, we do compete with the products that come from Trinidad. Now, the Tobago processors and Tobagonians on a whole have this unique way of coming up with very innovative products.
Yeah.
You will find all different things, and it tastes absolutely wonderful, and is the way how the association wants to move into the space where we can move it from an innovative idea to market, and whether market means shelf for you, export, wholesale, whatever market means. And that's where we step in, and that's where we want to help. So we will provide all of our contacts, chemistry, food and drugs, to get your free sales certificates, where you can get things tested at the labs in Trinidad, because we don't have a lab yet in Tobago.
So we need a lab in Tobago.
Dire, like 10 years ago.
That's
right. We need a lab in Trinidad, in Tobago. So so we will provide all of our contacts to make the process a bit more seamless. So you don't have to be running all over the place to find where you can get a label done, where you can get a bottle, where you can get a jar, all of these things, where you can get seals. All of these things, we would help you along the way.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the program with us.
Thank you.
Darlene, always a pleasure to have you on the program. Yeah. So thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Viewers, never a dull moment here on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. So we encourage you this morning, share the live, share the live, share the live.
I want to meet with you to share my personal testimony and other local testimonies. Call me now, Juliet Roberts, at 341-0715. The number again is 341-0715. God bless you.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. To our
Welcome to
top
Tobago
story.
Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and
looms
as
remains when the public is nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearside's marine
and Tobago fishermen.
When will the
Sion
Roxborough
Francis
Hospital be fully functional?
of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still
at
find
the island
treasures like the golden
continue to
waterfall.
rise in Tobago.
Morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on
You.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. This is our final segment here this morning, Rhea. And you know, I wanted to make sure I took some time out, just as I had promised yesterday, Rhea, to send our appreciation from the Tobago Updates family to Pastor Nevin Lewis and his wife as well, Billy Sterling Lewis, Rhea, of the Montgomery Moravian Church. Quick story time. Rhea, I visited church on Sunday with the Interact Club of Southwest Tobago as part of the natural outreach effort that we do with our young persons 12 to 18. Interact President went up, President Kaylee Lewis, excellent speech thanking the congregation for having us and so on. Today I was in my Interact t-shirt looking all 18 among the rest of among the rest of Interactors quietly, mask on, fancy haircut and thing, looking all 18. And then when I thought I wouldn't be noticed, Pastor Nevin paused in the service. Is that Julian Skeet? And then proceeded to warmly welcome me in my capacity as the Tobago Updates host, and further to that, speaking to to his congregation regarding whether or not they view Tobago Updates. Rhea, he spoke about Rhea, family friend, Parks, and the entire team here at Tobago Updates, and really giving a positive, and I want to say free endorsement. And I'm so thankful for that, Pastor Nevin Lewis. We want to express our appreciation to you here, coming from the Tobago Updates family. Rhea, it really caught me off guard.
Thank you so much for that, and definitely Pastor Nevin Lewis and I and Sister Billy, we go all the way back to years ago in a different,
he put your business on there too.
Space, a different space. So thank you so much. Always good to connect with them. Julian, very quickly, we've got some saying good morning to Ronald and Linnell Adams, my very good friends. Love you guys. And we've got to mention here that we're being viewed on...
We are on M&E TV, and we're also being viewed on Gael, the channel. We want to thank all of you who join us daily. We want to remind you as well, since you're not on the live, you can also connect with us via Facebook at 284-6597.
And Smash Radio. We keep forgetting Smash. Smash is all the way out there in Kendall. So Smash Radio. And a special good morning going out to Mr. Lindo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Lindo, yes, man. Rhea, before I even knew this guy for Smash Radio, I knew him for Bus Up Shot. I'm just saying. Excellent with Bus Up Shot. Anybody from the East should know that, not so? The man is excellent with Bus Up Shot.
I certainly didn't. Now I know.
Certainly, so we're connecting on the radio now as well, which is great in terms of Smash Radio. For those who want to, connect with us from that channel, we're very happy to be connecting with you, as well as those who continue to join us online at TobagoUpdates.com and via our YouTube channel at Tobago Updates. We are ensuring that we are on every platform.
That's right.
So persons can connect with us.
That's right. And to some of our sponsors, good morning to Richard's Men's Store, Port Mall, Hair Sanctuary, To Her Perfection, Joy's Fashion, Mateo's, the Master Cobbler. Good morning to you guys.
I can't forget Classic Cuts as well, taking care of me. Classic Cuts by Akila in there.
You've got to put it in.
Yeah. And I dare say as well, he also cuts the Chief Secretary. So check him out.
Well, our viewers are going to be happy at this time, Julian. We're pretty excited, even as we're wrapping up. Because viewers, guess who's back in studio?
Yes, I come bearing gifts. I mean, technology is amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
And I love the fact, Rhea, that Candice is so into chocolates. Rhea, I'm not a big chocolate fan. So you and Candice are going to have this.
Julian, there's hemp. I'm just saying here, there's hemp. I know you.
Rhea is really excited about this hemp.
No.
I don't
Rhea
know
can't
why
even sniff.
is Rhea so excited about
Excited for others, not for me.
This is the point where I give the disclaimer. The views expressed by Rhea and Candice in relation to this tasting are their personal views and not the views of Tobago Updates.
Oh my goodness. I'm not going
Candice,
to the
how
hemp.
was it? How did it taste? While Rhea takes a try.
It was really, really good. So Rhea, you have your choice. Of course, whenever you purchase from Jean-Claude, one of the things he always does is provide these little explanation cards as to what the chocolates are. So Rhea, you know what? Go ahead and have a taste.
I'm so happy to have Candice.
I'm moving away from the hemp.
I'm happy. No, Rhea, you have it, man. You have it. I'll talk so they won't notice the change in your reaction, Rhea. I'm so happy to have Candice on set, Rhea, because you know some persons believe that when they see Candice in an outdoor segment, hey, that's probably pre-recorded and Candice is resting in bed, not realizing that Candice is up early and on the outside to ensure to get the information out there to you, our viewers here. Rhea, is Rhea okay there?
I don't know what
the Nutella one.
So this is Nutella?
Oozing from the middle. From
I
the
did Nutella
center.
or guava. I think, yeah.
I go guava.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it tastes really good.
Julian, you sure you don't want one?
I'm sure. I'm very sure.
No,
I'm not a big fan of chocolates.
So Valentine's Day is coming up. These are like the best chocolates that you can gift anyone on Valentine's Day.
So Candice, remind our viewers where they can get this chocolate.
Right, at Tobago Chocolate Delights, and it's on the old Milford Road in Lambeau, situated inside Shorting's Cafe. So if you know where Shorting's Cafe is, right, on Milford Road, it's on your left. A little bit after you pass the Church of God, you have the Lambeau Church of God up there on the hill, and it's right there. And he has a wonderful little shop where you could go, you can learn your chocolates and explore, and then you can enjoy like Rhea is enjoying
this
right
is an
now.
excellent opportunity. Carissa O'Connor on the live, Melanie Young, hey, my classmate Melanie. We also seeing Jaron Smith, Giselle Donaldson, Chantel Melville, congratulations on your appointment. You all can all come in to have chocolate. Katie Robinson, oh my God, Rhea, who is that viewer coming through the door? Is that Aliyah? Aliyah should be on her way to work, but she's here to have chocolate with us. Viewers, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much for joining us here on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. Rhea, you able to do that close?
You can go ahead, Julia.
Remember to wear that mask, sanitize, and socially distance.
We do it like that.
We love you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Soldier, somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, 'cause everybody's getting so lazy.